Welcome to Funny Synth Noises, where I talk about the things that interest me, and you tolerate it for however long you can. I am actually recording a video, hoping to post it within a week of creating it, unlike the other video that's been sitting for months, because this is very important. This has no script, I'm just kind of going off vibes. I have a few notes written down, but I don't really know where I'm going with them. But anyways, orchestral maneuvers in the dark. After 2 or 3 years of teasing and postponing and changing the name, finally dropped the title track for their newest album. Or soon-to-be newest album. Hopefully, if they don't postpone it for the 5th time. It's Bauhaus Staircase. Nothing to do with the band. As of right now. I hope it's not a cover album. That would suck as the last OMD album. Although, is it even the last OMD album? I keep seeing sources that say it is, but it's also not. But, it's also Andy McCluskey. He lies to us all the time. And I think he'd get bored if he didn't have OMD to keep going. But anyways, I was like, hey, this is actually a pretty good song. I'm in a group chat with some other OMD fans who are around my age, give or take 5 years. And we're all having a good time. It's like, I've been an OMD fan since the early months of the pandemic, but they haven't released any new music since then, new music, just demos, and I think it's actually just demos. I don't think there's been any new, unheard music. This is pretty cool to finally experience new OMD music as I'm a fan. As mentioned in that YouTube live stream chat when the video premiered, Andy says that, quote, Bauhaus Staircase is a metaphor for all things creative and good in the world, end quote. And yeah, I can see that in the lyrics. Obviously, there's no published lyrics, so I went and I listened to the song and kept pausing at every line to write them all down. And I can see it. It follows a pretty simple structure, just a bunch of verses, not really one chorus, but there's the repeated line, I want a kiss on a Bauhaus staircase, or some variation of that. And it's just it's about living in the world and enjoying the art and the life and being around people and having a safe place to express yourself. The video itself is only in 3 colors, black, red, and white, which are apparently the colors on the album cover or the single cover, or maybe both. I don't know. As I'm recording this, the album cover hasn't been dropped. There's news tomorrow. We'll see what that is. But the video is pretty minimalistic in color, but there's still a lot of detail going on. It's CGI, so you can obviously put so much into that. But the storyline is, from the notes I've written down that are really not helpful, my interpretation of it is that the hero and the heroine, the main male figure and the main female figure, are living life in the future, which has not the thought police, not the firefighters, but the art police. Art eats art reference? I don't know. But yeah, there's the art police who are kind of going after them. I refer to the group shot of people as the rebels, just because I feel that's a good dystopian phrase. But yeah, the rebels are running from the art police, running from the jets. And the hero and heroine are visiting an art gallery with a suspiciously familiar window arch. That was definitely intentional. I'm kind of glad I noticed that myself. So they're going through the gallery, which is all of OMD's albums, just done in the minimalistic 3-color scheme theme from the rest of the video. And they're going through that, and they're looking at it, and then the art police show up, and the hero and the heroine run towards off-screen. And one of the policemen, I guess, just kind of stops and looks at the art, while the other police person, man, and the tentacle creature, I don't know what the tentacle creature's all about, they kind of go after the hero and the heroine, but the art police stops and looks at the art in awe, which is usually in like dystopians. It's like the realizing, hey, something is wrong with this. Why are we doing this? I think that's what the sort of outcast art police figure represents. The hope in the world, even though it's kind of all broken. And then at the end, the heroes walk up what I would assume is the Bauhaus staircase itself. I don't really know. It's a staircase. And they also threw off the like red sashes. I also don't know what that represents. Maybe it represents the restrictive society in which they live. Maybe they're moving on, or maybe because that art police figure had a change of heart, it symbolizes the rest of society having a change of heart. Something along those lines. I'm really bad at interpreting art, which is, I guess that makes sense. If you know what I draw, you can understand why. But yeah, it's the concept of basically just the futuristic update of the world, and then the art police going after and censoring people who dance or create art, and apparently OMD is a really important figure in that world because there's an entire gallery dedicated to OMD albums, which, good for them. I think they deserve it. And like I said, the song itself, structured with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, 6 verses, a couple like lines thrown in there. Each verse has 4 lines, all beginning with something about being on a or from a Bauhaus staircase. There's a few references to, for example, the line, "See the world from Albert's eyes." Andy says that's in reference to Joseph and Annie Albers, who studied and taught at the Bauhaus, like the school itself or whatever. The line, and I have a bunch of question marks here, in the modern dance from the 3rd verse, references the album The Modern Dance by Cleveland band Perry Ubu, which I should probably researched a little bit before I decided to record this. And you also mentioned that the Bauhaus school was closed by Nazis, hence the reference to fascism. The line, "I'm going to kick down fascist art." And going back to that, actually, there's the inspiration from 1984 by George Orwell and Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. There's also the blimps in the music video, which I have a strong feeling that's sort of a reference to. But the video also just is about censorship and the fear of the art police, who I think you can kind of guess what that's representing in a way. And the song very clearly sounds like modern OMD. There was that shift, obviously, from the 80s to the 90s, and then from the 90s to the 2000s. 2010 to 2017, the 3 LPs we've had in that time, they sound very modern. But they still have the OMD feel to them because they have the iconic synths and very synth heavy. And Bauhaus Staircase has that too, especially with that synth breakdown in the middle. That's really good. I really like that. And you can see a touch of Kraftwerk in there, I think. You could say that about any synth line in any song, but it's OMD. They didn't have RFWK for nothing. So yeah, basically, I didn't plan any of this out very well. I just have a few notes written down. So I hope you don't mind that stream of consciousness, but I'm just kind of experiencing it in the moment. Like in that YouTube premiere chat, we were all there, waiting after 2 years of teasing and announcements and postponements and, oh, we're going to release this album this year. Actually, no, we're going to release it next year. Actually, not even then. You know, that kind of thing? Not that we want to rush the boys, because if we did that, or if they listened to us, I guess. If they listened to us when we said, please release the album, it wouldn't be good. But they've taken the time, and I think if they keep this synth-heavy sound with the simple yet deep lyrics, especially the dark ones, like OMG is kind of known for, the unconventional yet respectfully done, respectfully played out words, I think it's going to be good. It's following in the footsteps of The Punishment of Luxury, especially with the title track for that album too. Human greed, censorship, capitalism, fascism, etc., etc. There's also something distinctly new, and if it keeps this up for the album, I think it's going to be really good. Whether or not it's a send-off, I don't know. But I want to live in the moment. I just want to enjoy this really good single and what I hope is going to be a really good album. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe if I release another video, it'll be better. I don't know. I kind of had fun with this one. I kind of just like talking about something that interests me, listening to the song and figuring out what it means in a general sense and to me. Like and subscribe, I guess? Whatever the cool kids say. See you in like 6 months. Or whenever OMD drops a new album. We may never know.